Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continued to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nityananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of Kailasa, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nityananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, Kailasa, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of Kailasa. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info.
With Paramashiva's grace, we have evolved UAN, United Nations for Ancient Nations. Paramashiva successfully manifested, and now he is introducing this to all of you, to the world formally, United Ancient Nations. It is United Nations for Ancient Indigenous Nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already part members of this UAN. It is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasarisham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalavacharam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavakitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes, so welcome. It's a wonderful darshan we had today. Darshan, powerful revelations by Swamiji. Hope all of you have enjoyed the darshan and have that powerful click. Understand? Only when you have the powerful click and you start implementing in your life, that brings the result. When you receive the powerful cognitions and start implementing, experimenting with the truth, as Swamiji himself experimented with the truth when Swami Annamalai gave. When you start experimenting with the truth, apply it in your life, then it becomes experience of you, it becomes part of you. So as Swamiji reveals, start applying the truth in your life. All right, with this, we'll be entering into the power manifestation. So requesting all of you to blindfold yourself, because we'll be manifesting the power of seeing picture blindfolded. So quickly grab a piece of cloth, or if you have the blindfold, that will be great. Meanwhile, we'd like to welcome every participants who are here present. So we have Ma Hangshi Nityananda Ma, we have Yang Chao Chaunaya Nityanandam, we have Ma Li Tang Nityanandam, Ma Trinetskanda Nityanandam, Ma Jnana Guru Prasadini Ma Nityanandam. We have Zhang Shi Hao Nityanandam, Ma Anu Menon Nityanandam, Ma Saumya Nityanandam, Ma Chun Yu Nityanandam. We have Ma Nitya Shanga Shaktini Nityanandam. And all the participants with the cameras off, please be available in the camera. Give your presence, give your full involvement as Swamiji is guiding us through the power manifestation. So you can cover your eyes now. You can sit with your eyes closed. So first, sit with your head, neck, spine, and straight line. And just be in the restful awareness. Remember Swamiji, in your space. Just drop all the restful, just drop all your restlessness. Just drop all your restlessness and sit, remembering Swamiji, connecting with Swamiji in your inner space. Any doubt that comes up, just drop it, just unclutch it. Any questions arises, just unclutch it. Understand whether it is question, whether it is solution, it is memory, it is thinking. Just unclutch. Be a witness to it. Just go on unclutching. Unclutch from the good thoughts, bad thoughts, whether there's thought of your relatives, your loved ones. Just unclutch. Now, can you bring your awareness to the third eye? And through your third eye, gaze at Swamiji's third eye. And connect with Swamiji with the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. With a strong declaration to manifest the power, seeing every details of the image that we are about to reveal, have that strong declaration to manifest the power of third eye. Now let's enter into the manifestation. The image is being projected on a screen. Let's begin.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Slowly, very slowly, remove your hands. You can open your eyes. Yes, you can remove your hands. You can open your eyes. And start to share what was revealed to you. So whatever was revealed to you, you can start sharing.
Yes, we have a question from our Jnana Guru Prasadini. Nityananda Ma Jnana Guru Prasadini. Yes, Ma. So you're asking if the courses will start 1 hour earlier, finish 1 hour earlier. So the starting with today, we had the yoga that started 1 hour earlier, and then we had the puja, but it will finish at the same time. Ma. So it will finish. The course will finish. The sessions will finish at the same time. It will start 1 hour earlier, but so if people want, they can join 1 hour earlier for yoga, or they can just come to the normal time, so the normal time, but that will be coming halfway through the yoga. So the courses, the sessions per se, the sessions as such will be from the same time. But just be aware that yoga, if people want to do the full yoga, they will need to come 1 hour earlier. Otherwise, they can just come the normal time.
Yes, if you have any questions, you can put that in the chat, Ma.
Yes, thank you, Ma.
Yes. All right, so we have a few sharings. Ma Chunyu shares like a village with thatched houses and big trees. Yes, thank you, Ma, for sharing. And blue sky.
Yes, thank you, Ma. We also have Young Chow Chon Aya. This says, I saw a house and a vegetarian restaurant and golden light. Yes, thank you very much for sharing.
Yes.
We're requesting everyone, if you've taken part in this power manifestation, please take a moment and share with us what was revealed to you in your third eye. What was the details of the image that we displayed for you? And again, it's important to trust whatever is revealed to you. So just trust and go with whatever is revealed to you. It is your connection to the divine. So through practice, through trust, you build a stronger relation, a stronger connection to the divine, and the power manifestations will naturally become better and better, stronger and stronger, more and more correct.
So just take a moment and start sharing. Then we'll be actually projecting you the image so that we can verify our manifestation. All right. So we'll be showing you the image. Yes. So this is the image. You can see it's kind of a village structure. You can see the tree. You can see a well. Yes. So Machunyu shares are like a village with thatched houses and big tree. So yes, Ma, you can actually you're quite a spot on. Though it's not a house, it's a roof on top of the well. So yes, thank you, Ma, for sharing.
Yes, congratulations, Ma. Well done.
Yes.
And we also have young John Aya. This says, I saw a house and a vegetarian restaurant and golden light. So again, it's not a house, although so it does have a roof. It does have a wooden structure. It is a cover, I suppose, some sort of a cover for a well. So we can see there's a well where you can get water. It is bright, so we don't actually see the golden light. We see the reflection of the sun, of the stones, of the trees, of the roof, or the house, of the well roof. So yes, and we don't have a vegetarian restaurant. Just looking at the trees, just wondering if the trees are in fact fruit trees or not. But yeah, we don't have the vegetarian restaurant. But there might be fruits on the tree, so there might still be some food, some vegetarian food. So yes, thank you very much for sharing, Aya, and congratulations for manifesting.
Yes. So thank you all for sharing, participating, and again and manifesting. So again, remember, especially after after the yoga, manifesting the powers, after the darshan, when you have the darshan, manifesting the power. These are the very peak time when you manifest the powers. So once again, thank you all of you. With this, we'll be entering into the revelations by Swamiji, which is going to be on only when you experience the purposelessness, you can, when you experience purposelessness, you can be free from karma. And then Swamiji will be revealing on intensity, how intensity never fails. So as we go through the sessions, as we go through the revelations, make sure that you apply this in your life. That is very important. Listening, understanding, having click is very important, but applying that in your life is very important. At least even at least once you experiment it, the truth that Swamiji reveals in your life. That, and again, once you will have the courage to experiment with it again and again.
Yes, and Swamiji beautifully tells us in terms of intensity, whatever you do, be intense. With intensity, anything that you do with intensity can liberate you. So intensity is the key to our enlightenment.
All right. So with this, let's enter into this revelation by Swamiji. Please come to the space of listening and let's begin.
What is the purpose of life? The moment you understand life is purposeless, the moment you accept the beauty of purposelessness, you will realize the meaning of living. Life has no purpose, but it has meaning. Purpose is different, meaning is different. Purpose means the goal orientation. You always think about the goal. Running. Suddenly one day you just drop dead. The more you are goal oriented, more you will miss the life. Purpose is different and meaning is different. When I say the word meaning, living itself is the meaning. come to this moment. Path itself is a life. Path itself is a meaningful thing. There is no such thing. In the end, you will be happy. You always postpone the joy. You always postpone the bliss. You always postpone living. Life is lived in a very superficial way because you think life has got purpose. Be very clear. Man who works just for salary, just for money, for him only the payment day will be beautiful day. He will be happy only on that one day. He is selling his 29 days for that one day. He is selling his 29 days just for that one day happiness. You are selling your life just for one day happiness. Please be very clear. Man who is running behind some goal will never be able to live the life happily. If you are working just for salary, you will never be able to experience the meaning of living. You will be able to run behind the purpose. I don't say don't take the salary, but let it not be the only goal. Let it not play major role in your consciousness. That is what Krishna says. That is what Krishna means. Karmanye vadigaraste mabaleshu kadachana. You can do only your duty. You have no right for fruits. If you think of fruit, you will lose the joy of living. You will lose the joy of living. The meaning of the living is experienced only when you understand the beauty of purposelessness. The beauty of purposelessness makes you realize the meaning of living. Beautiful sloka. Karmanyevadhikaraste mabaleshu kadachanaha ma karma bala hedurpur made sangosta karmani. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. Two things we need to understand. One, he says, let your inner space be not contaminated by the purpose of life. Please understand, if your inner space is filled, when I say inner space, I mean your inner mind. Your mind. When you close your eyes, what comes in your mind is inner space. If your inner space is filled with the purposes of life, be very clear, you are running behind something which will never give you fulfillment. Which will never give you fulfillment. He says, let your inner space be not disturbed, filled with purposes. One important thing you should understand. By nature, your inner space is filled with Atman. Your inner space is filled with bliss, eternal bliss. The more you fill your inner space with other furniture, purposes, the more you empty your inner space from bliss. For example, this room is filled with space. The more you put furniture, the space will leave this room. Please understand, this room is not empty. No place is empty. It is filled with space. It is filled with ether. This room is filled with ether. More number of furnitures you bring in, the ether will be taken away. Ether will be moved away. It will be less filled with ether. It will be less filled by air.
your inner space by nature is filled with bliss. The more furniture you bring in means the purposes of life. The more you think life has got purpose, the more furniture you will bring and arrange it. The more you furnish your inner space, less it will be blissful. In the outer place, if you furnish your home, it will look very nice. In the inner space, if you furnish your inner space, it will look very ugly. Don't furnish your inner space. Don't bring more furniture into your inner space. Let your inner space be empty. Of course, it will never be empty, it will be filled with bliss. The more you create inner space, more your life will be blissful. More it will be ecstatic. More it will be joyful. Your inner space needs to be emptied. That is what Krishna means. Don't be attached to the results. Continuously, if you think about the money, you will never be able to perform your action completely. You will be always goal-oriented. You will never enjoy the path. Not enjoying the path is the greatest hell, worst hell which can happen to any human being. Please be very clear. People come and ask me, Swamiji, again and again you speak about dharma. Again and again Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinachaya dushkridam dharma samstavanarthaya sambhavami yuke yuke. I come down to save the innocent good people and to destroy the evil-minded people. Again and again Krishna says, you also say, dharma is the only thing to be practiced. But in our life we see people who are not living according to dharma. They are living more happily. They are having more property. They are having more wealth. How is it? Please be very clear. They may be having more property. They may be having more things in the outer place, but never think they are happy. Never think they are blissful. If somebody is not following dharma, means naturally why is not following the dharma? Ambition. Ambition is the thing which makes you to do all the mistakes, all possible sins. Ambition is hell. Nothing else needs to be done. Please be very clear. Don't think you will do some mistake and go to the hell. No. We do mistakes because we are in hell. The very ambitiousness is hell. There is no need for a separate hell. Don't think we will reach to a separate place called hell in the end of the life. The very ambitiousness is hell. People do mistakes because they are in hell. If you are happy, blissful, you will never disturb others. If we are unhappy, naturally we will vomit the violence on others. Ambitiousness itself is hell. So the very ambitiousness is enough punishment. You don't need to curse him, or you don't need to think that he should be punished. The ambitiousness is punishment. Just because of the ambitiousness, he misses the whole life. You can easily miss the life by having a purpose for life. If you have the purpose, you will miss 29 days of your life just for one day. Just for the one day. If you work just for the sake of weekend, you will miss 5 days just for 2 days. Unless your life itself becomes joyful, unless your working itself becomes ecstasy, unless that itself becomes bliss, you cannot experience what Krishna says by this sloka. Karmanye vadigaraste mabaleshu kadachanaha. Please be very clear. Even if you think you have the right for fruits, even if you acquire the fruits, what can you do? How long you think you will be able to carry that? Nothing. Nowhere it can come with you. And your life will not be fulfilled just by the purposes. Purpose can be fulfilled, but by purposes your life can never be fulfilled. In our life, please be very clear. When you carry purpose in your life, you are not living. Purposes are living through you. That's all. Young age, somebody teaches you some purpose. This is the purpose of your life. You should become a lawyer. You should become a doctor. You are given a purpose. That purpose is fulfilled through your life, but you will never feel fulfilled. Never do the mistake of thinking you will be fulfilled when your purpose is fulfilled. No. Your fulfillment is completely different from the fulfillment of purpose. If you want to feel the fulfillment, you have to work separately in a different direction. It's a total different achievement. It's a total different dimension of your life. Fulfilling your purpose cannot give you the fulfillment. If you want fulfillment of your being, listen here what Krishna is saying. Here Krishna starts the Karma Yoga. Na karmana manarambhan naishkarmyam purushosnute na cha sanyasadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Beautiful. I think Krishna is the first and last master. As far as I know, because no statement can be ultimate truth. We can only say as far as I know. As far as I know, Krishna is the first and last master who declared the truth as it is. Two things. Always the people who are in the politics, people who are in the outer world, they know the characters or the truth or the techniques to achieve success in the outer world. People who are in the spiritual world, they know the techniques to achieve success in the spiritual world. But Krishna is both. Krishna is the only master who is enlightened man and a king. He knows how to give a technique to achieve the total success in the outer world and in the inner world. How to furnish your outer space and how to keep empty your inner space. That is the whole life. The whole Gita is only one idea. How to furnish your outer space to the ultimate luxury level and how to keep your inner space to the ultimate blissful level. Keeping your inner space in a eternal bliss and keeping your outer space in ultimate luxury. Krishna is the only man who has produced formula for inner space and outer space together. You can't expect this from a Buddha because Buddha has given him the outer space. He lived with just 3 pieces of dress. And he lived a life of a monk. So whatever he produces, whatever formula he creates, will lead you only to that state. But Krishna has lived like a king. Krishna has lived not like as a king. Only Krishna can give the practical instruction. Only Krishna can create a manual for practical spiritual living. All other masters, their manual is useful only for monks who are sitting in monasteries. Only Krishna's manual is useful for the people who are living the life. Here it says, not merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction. You can't achieve freedom from reaction by moving away from the work. I have seen one monk, he was considered as a great Paramahamsa because he will never get angry. His greatness is people thought he never gets angry. There is no need because he is sitting in Himalayas. He was sitting in Himalayas. People are there to give food for him every day. Morning somebody brings breakfast. Noontime somebody brings lunch. And night somebody brings dinner. Somebody gives him clothes. What is the need for getting angry? There is no need. He is respected because he never gets angry. Usually, human beings always respect if somebody does something which they can't do. If you want to become respectful, if you want to have the respect of the society, just do something which others can't do. That's all. Any foolishness. Of course, if you see this Guinness record on all these world records, there are so many foolish things which you can never imagine. Which you can never imagine. Do anything which others can't do, you will have the respect. So this person is considered to be a great person, great Paramahamsa, just because he never shouts at anybody. Of course, nobody thought there is no need. There is no need for him to become angry because he is sitting in Himalaya. Somehow, somebody inspired him. Master, let us go for a Kumbh Mela in Nasik. There's Kumbh Mela program in Nasik. Let us go to that program for Kumbh Mela. Biggest gathering in the whole humanity happens in India. Every 4 years it happens. Every 4 years, biggest gathering in humanity happens in India. Not only spiritual gathering, biggest gathering. The other day, in TV I saw, leader of particular religion died. Some 2 million people gathered, 20 lakh people gathered. So many TVs are declaring this is the biggest religious gathering. I thought, what is happening? In my village, every year people, 20 million people, 2 million people gather. In my village, every year, for local festival, 2 million people gather. I was surprised. Even international news channels are saying world's biggest spiritual gathering. I was just surprised. Every 4 years, in Kumbh Mela, 70 million people gather in India. 70 million. Last Kumbh Mela is attended by 70 million people. They convinced him to come to Kumbh Mela. After he came back, after he came to Kumbh Mela, when he went back, all his disciples left him. Because when he came down from the Himalayas, when his routine was disturbed, only then people understood he can also shout at others. He can also get irritated. He also gets angry. Please be very clear. As long as the situation doesn't come, all are great saints. Everyone is saint till the opportunity is given. Till the opportunity is given. Only when the opportunity comes, you can judge whether he is real saint or escapist. Abstaining from work or moving away from work cannot give you the freedom from reaction. To have the freedom from reaction, your inner space needs to be purified. Your inner space should become empty. You need to remove the furniture from inner space. Renouncing the furniture in the outer world is not going to help you. Renouncing the furniture from the inner world only is going to help you. The idea of purposeless, thinking that life has got purpose, should be renounced. That is what he says. Just by renouncing, just by outer renunciation, perfection can never be achieved. Perfection can never be achieved. One more thing. If you renounce the outer world, the more you will be thinking about the outer world. If you renounce the outer world, more you will be thinking about the outer world. A small story. One enlightened master and his disciple, both of them are walking near a river. They are supposed to cross the river to go to their monastery, their ashram. On the way, young lady was standing. She wants to cross the river. She is afraid. She asked the enlightened master, Master, can you help me to cross this river? He said, why not? Please come. He just lifted her and crossed the river, left her and said bye and reached the ashram. The disciple was seeing the whole scene. He is not able to digest the whole scene. He is burning, maybe jealousy. He is not able to digest. After reaching the ashram, he is not able to control himself. He asked, Master, you are a sannyasi. How can you touch a woman, that also young woman, and carry her throughout the river? How can you do that? Master just turns, smiles at him and says, I left her long ago. Why are you still carrying her? I left her there itself. Why are you carrying her still? Why are you bringing her here? Please be very clear. Renouncing in the inner space, emptying your inner space is the real thing to be achieved. That is what Krishna says here. This sloka is straight away addressed to this disciple. Karmendriyani samyamya yaaste manasa smaran indriyartan vimodatma mityacharasa uchyate. The meaning goes, one who restrains the senses of action but whose mind dwells on sense objects certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender and an hypocrite. A man who keeps his senses under control, but who is not able to keep his inner space under control, is called pretender, hypocrite. Please be very clear. The quality of your life will be judged only based on the quality of your inner space, not based on the quality of your outer space. When you leave your body and enter into your next life, nobody is going to see the accounts of what type of car you drove, in what type of house you live, what type of, how much of bank balance you had. No, these accounts will not come with you. How you live, how your inner space was there. What is the quality of your inner space when you live? Only that you are going to carry. That is why they say, you are going to carry only the samskara, means the karma, the inner space with you, not the outer space. One more beautiful story from Ramakrishna. Who are all entering into the prostitute's house? What time they are entering? What time they are going out? How many are entering? He will keep all the counts because no other work what to do. No other work. When you don't have any other work, you need to do something. You need to do something. Continuously keeps the accounts. How many are entering? What time they are entering? How much of time they are spending? Whole thing. I think he's almost like a diary maintainer of that prostitute. He maintains the complete diary of who comes, who goes, who are the regular visitors, and who comes once in a while, rarely. Whole day is thinking about what's going on there. And that lady prostitute, she lives in a different way. She thinks, my life, my swadharma is this. This has been given to me as life. I don't know any other profession. I have to live only like this. For my food, I have to live this life. Oh Lord, but please save me. Let my mind and heart be at your feet. She is deeply devoted to God. Her inner space is filled with the divine. Her inner space is filled with God's name. Our inner space is filled with the divine love. Life goes after some time, suddenly, unfortunately, both of them die in the same day. This monk and prostitute, both of them die in the same day. Story is beautiful. Both of them reach the Yamadharma's court for judgment. First, she comes, the prostitute comes. Yamadharma sees the list of sins and merits and he says, all right, don't worry. You lived throughout your life thinking of the divine. Go to the heaven. She is sent to the heaven. And the monk is coming. The moment monk comes, Yamadharma says, he sees the list of sin and merits, and he says, throughout your life, you thought about wrong things. So go to the hell. And this monk starts shouting, how dare you send me to hell? and you know he's a professional preacher, and you know he knows how to shout. He starts shouting, "I'll sue you." Maybe he must be visiting America many times. Often. "I'll sue you." He shouts. Yamadharma says, "Please relax. Here up in the heaven, we don't bother what you do. We bother how you live. See, by your body, through your body, you lived a pure life. Look at the planet Earth, how your body is respected. There, the monks saw his body is respected like anything. All the people are falling at the feet of his body, and a big garlands are offered. Big puja is done. It is being carried to big samadhi, and his body is receiving all the respect. Through body, you lived a pure life. Your body is now getting respect. But through mind, you lived an impure life. Now go to hell. Same way, she lived impure life through body. Look at her body. Nobody was there even to care. Because she is a prostitute, no husband, no sons. Nobody was there even to do last rites. Body is thinking. Just the government fellows came and they dragged that body and dumped it somewhere. See, through body she lived an impure life. Her body is suffering. But through mind she lived a pure life, divine life. She is going to the divine. It is more important with what you live in the mind. Your inner space is the real achievement. How your inner space is the real thing. Please be very clear. Again and again Krishna declares, Karmendriyani samyamya yahaste manasa smaran indriyartan vimudatma mitya saracha uchyate. If you can't clear your inner space, even if you control your body, even if you control your senses, you are called hypocrite. Your life will not be blissful life. Your life will not be a real life. Not only it will not be a spiritual life, it will not be life at all. Today's subject, intensity never fails. Experience with yourself. The 21st and 22nd Sutra, Patanjali talks about intensity. And in the next Sutra, 23rd Sutra, he talks about surrendering. First, Patanjali talks about yoga. Then he explains about different samadhis, samprajñāta samadhi, the samadhi which happens to you when you are lost in one form. All other things are disappeared except one form. Then second, he teaches about asamprajñāta samadhi. Even that one form is lost. And even that form is not there. Then he speaks about the methods, the qualities which can make you experience that samadhi, asamprajñāta samadhi. Then Patanjali speaks about, now he is speaking about intensity. I can say the way in which Patanjali has put the sutras, I can understand is giving importance to the concept intensity much more than samadhi itself. Please understand. Much more than samadhi itself, he is giving importance to the concept of intensity much more than enlightenment itself. Today I really wanted to share an important secret with you all from my own experience. Not only what I learned from my teachers, from my own experience. Intensity is much more important than enlightenment itself. You may think things are a little crazy. You may think enlightenment is the ultimate thing. How can something else be more important than enlightenment itself? Please understand, enlightenment is not a one incident as we all think. It is not a noun, it is a verb, a continuous, intense happening. When I opened up to enlightenment, whatever I thought was me, the whole thing got completely evaporated. That moment is what I call enlightenment. Please understand, that does not mean the process itself stopped at that point. No. Enlightenment is ultimate but not final. The ultimate goes on happening every moment in you. So, word enlightenment should be used as enlightening. That's a proper word. It is a continuous process. So, intensity is responsible for this process to be a continuous process. Enlightening, not enlightenment. Intensity, I can say, intensity will become way of life. It is technique for beyond enlightenment. For beyond enlightenment. See, sometimes you may experience Satori state, the first experience of enlightenment, maybe by accident or when you are intensely open to some deity or guru, nothing. If you are just intensely open to your master, available, suddenly you see you are experiencing Satori, that one glimpse of Samadhi, one glimpse of Samadhi. But intensity is required to retain it, to live it. Let that fill you. And intensity only makes that Satori into Samadhi, into ultimate enlightenment. And that intensity only keeps the whole thing alive. That only continuously makes the big bangs and black holes happening inside your system. See, Big Bang is the ultimate but not final, because every moment that ultimate is happening. Enlightenment is the, you see, this moment suddenly you feel, oh God, this is the ultimate I can ever experience. The next moment, 100 times more explosion is happening inside you. You see, no, this is the ultimate I can experience. And after a few days, again, 1,000 times more intense thing is happening inside you. You say, no, this is the ultimate I can ever experience. I have seen many of our disciples, after every workshop, LVP level 1, they'll say, oh, this is the ultimate I have seen in my life. And after LVP 2, they'll say, oh, this is the ultimate I had with Swamiji. After 3, they will say, no, this is the ultimate I had with Swamiji. It goes on and on and on. Ultimate is not final. Ultimate is not final. Ultimate means the ultimate thing which you can comprehend. The intensity keeps the ultimate alive inside your system. Keeping the ultimate alive inside your system is what Patanjali calls Kaivalya. Please understand. The very beginning, Patanjali talks about Samadhi, fulfillment. Sama Adi means becoming one with the origin, the root, source. Sama means the source. Adi means, Sama means becoming. Adi means the source. Becoming the source is Samadhi. He starts with Samadhi. The first chapter is called Samadhi Pada. And after describing Samadhi, after teaching Samadhi, Patanjali teaches intensity. Then understand the value Patanjali puts it for intensity. The space Patanjali gives for intensity. The place Patanjali gives for intensity. Intensity keeps the Samadhi alive in your system. Intensity lets that ultimate constantly happening in your system. That when the intensity keeps Samadhi alive in your system, that is what is called Kaivalya. I use the word living enlightenment. Living it. In every step of your life, you experience the utility value of enlightenment. And constantly, you are living it. You are radiating it. You are just sharing it with the whole world. Living enlightenment means you will be just radiating. You will be just overflowing with it. You don't even have to teach if you are living enlightenment. Suddenly you will see your very breathing inspires people. Of course, I use teaching so that more and more people will be introduced. These ideas, these truths can be introduced to more and more people. That is the purpose of using this method of talking, teaching. Otherwise, simple breathing, simple being will inspire millions. I have seen my own predecessor, Raman Maharishi, a great master from my hometown. He never moved out of that small city. The whole city, I can say, only even now in 15 minutes you can cross from you can cross the city one end from the other end by bicycle. By bicycle, you can cross the city from one end to the other end in 15 minutes. In his period, 60, 70 years before, surely hardly it will take 5 to 10 minutes. A small city. He never left that city. He never moved out of that city. Once he entered, he just relaxed. But he inspired and inspiring, continues to inspire millions of seekers around the world. Millions around the world are inspired. You'll be surprised. He never moved out of that small place where he was staying. Just he was relaxed. And he did not even wear more than one piece dress. All he had, one piece dress and one small walking stick, one water bowl. We call it kamandalu in Sanskrit. That's all. He lived and he inspired millions of people. He continues to inspire millions of people. Living enlightenment. When you are radiating Jivan Mukti, suddenly, not only you are living the truth, you are just radiating. Everybody is inspired. Sharing. Extraordinary expression happens through you. Intensity. Patanjali is a great master. He never uses too many words. He uses minimum number of words to explain any concept. Even for Asamprajnata Samadhi, he uses in only one sutra. He just uses one sutra. Shraddha Virya, Smriti Jnana, Prajna, Itaresham Purvaha. Just one sutra. He finishes the Asamprajnata Samadhi. But for intensity, he is writing 2 sutras. Then understand the importance of intensity in your life. I want you to understand the intensity from all its dimensions. 1. Intensity in spiritual understanding towards enlightenment. Intensity in what you call external world, health, wealth, relationship, whatever you call. 3rd, intensity as a lifestyle. Please understand. Intensity in the internal world, intensity in the external world, intensity as the lifestyle itself. Yesterday I was introducing the concept of intensity with some of the examples from Ramakrishna. The whole Vedic tradition which teaches the science of Jivan Mukti stands on this one concept, intensity. Actually, after many requests from many of my close disciples, I've started writing my autobiography. And I dictated many incidents and told some of my disciples to analyze my own life. I told them, find out what is the quality which is a undercurrent in my life, so that we will name the book based on that quality. What is the quality? I asked some of my senior disciples to analyze, study, contemplate, analyze, because I myself can't look. I lived it. Only the people who understand from outside can catch the thread, the underlying quality. After a few days of analysis, all of them came to one conclusion. Usually the disciples don't come to one conclusion. It is very difficult for these disciples to come to the same conclusion, because anytime there is a discussion, means who shouts loud or whose presence is heavy, who is violent, he wins. That's the way everywhere things goes on. That's the way. That is why the truth can never be achieved by discussion. No. It's very rare. If all of them fall in tune and come to one conclusion, then it can be truth. But as long as there are different opinions and people are not able to convince one another, who is going to win? Only the person who has strong voice, The idea might is right is going to be the winning idea. And whatever is said and done, that is the way the world is functioning. You may say, no, 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 that is not, that should not. I am not saying it should be or it should not be. All I am saying is it is the way it's happening. I have a story for you. A cowboy strolled out of a saloon, ready to ride out of town, but he saw that someone had painted his horse green from head. The cowboy stormed back into the saloon. Which one of you painted my horse green? He demanded. A huge, mean-looking, strong guy raised out of his seat and said, I did. Immediately the cowboy said, right, just letting you to know the first coat is dry. It is just the power that decides. That is why the Pandits who go on argue without practicing never come upon the truth, never live the truth, never reach the truth. I was surprised this group of intellectuals can come to a conclusion anonymously. That was very surprising. All of them came to the conclusion that Swamiji, the undercurrent of your whole life is only one concept, intensity. Whatever you did, intense. I can't say whatever I did was right or wrong, whatever I did was yoga or karma or bhakti or jnana. I don't know all that. I lived all various dimensions. But one thing was undercurrent, that was intensity. Intensity was the undercurrent of the whole life. When you are intense, you just recreate your body, recreate your being. People come and ask me, Swamiji, is our life predestined, or we have the ability to recreate, we have the freedom? Please understand, these are all the FAQs, frequently asked questions. Wherever I go, these questions will be put. Whether it is predestined or freedom, our freedom. Please be very clear. Even if you think it is predestined, you only destined before by your past decisions. Understand this one science. Here is an object. I have two hands. Now I have a full freedom to pick up that object through this hand or through that hand. But the moment I picked up that object with one hand, now one hand is bound. So my bondage comes because of my free decision. So all your bondages which you are having now, wherever you think your life is predestined, your bondage comes because of your free decisions which you made in the past. For example, you have 2 feet. Now you have the freedom to lift any 1 feet, right or left. But the moment you lifted 1 feet, now you are bound. You can't lift the other feet. So your very free decisions creates the boundary, creates the destiny, in which you will be living. So, you have freedom to create your destiny. Whatever you think is your destiny, whatever you think, the bondage which you have, it is your past decisions that made this bondage happen. Now, you have the energy, intelligence to undo or to rearrange or to recreate or to reorganize. Please understand. If you have intensity, this moment, you can shake the whole thing, undo the whole thing, and bring yourself back to that complete freedom. And start creating new destiny. Living in that complete freedom, ability to make your new destiny every moment is what I call living enlightenment. You are free to live your freedom. You have intensity to create or recreate what you think or what you call as your destiny, as your future. This is what I call living enlightenment. Understand? The living enlightenment is a tremendous freedom. It is a capacity of your being, ability of your being. I can say the ability to make yourself available to the present moment. Ability to make yourself available to the present moment. When you are intense, very strong, every moment you will have freedom to undo all the decisions you made, which is responsible for your present bondage, and do new things which will create your new destiny. For example, if you are standing in one leg, if you are intense, you can relax, stand in two legs. Now you will have the freedom to create your new destiny, either lifting the other leg or lifting the same old leg or running or walking. You have the freedom to make decisions about the future. So Patanjali gives intensity as a technique for living enlightenment. Samadhi itself can happen to you in many ways. Very beautifully, Ramakrishna says, even if somebody asks for mukti, I don't think twice, I just give it. But if somebody asks for bhakti, I wait. I wait. Understand? Bhakti means intensity to live enlightenment, intensity to radiate samadhi. That is what Ramakrishna calls it as bhakti. When Patanjali uses the word intensity here, he means intensity to live enlightenment, intensity to constantly remember enlightenment, remember Jivan Mukti itself. Now, I'll enter into the sutra, the Patanjali Sutra. Mrudu madhyadi matratvat tatopi viseshaha. Very beautiful sutra. Mrutu madhyadi matratvat tatopi viseshaha. Let me read out the translation by Swami Vivekananda. The success of yogis differs according as the means they adopt are mild, medium, or intense. This is a translation. The success of the yogis are based on the intensity they adopt. Sometimes people come and ask, Swamiji, how long it takes for enlightenment, 10 years or 12 years? I tell them, it's actually based on your intensity. Without intensity, you can go on and on and on and on for years. No, not for years, for ages. That is what we are doing. With intensity, this kshana, this moment. In Sanskrit, kshana means the gap between one thought and the other thought. This moment, the intensity can happen. If the intensity is there, this moment, the enlightenment can happen. Always it happens at this moment only. Whenever you become enlightened, it will be only in this moment, not yesterday or tomorrow. It will always be in this moment. Patanjali says, Mritumadhyadi Tatvat Tatopi Vishesha. The success of yogis differs according as the means they adopt are mild, medium, or intense. This is Vivekananda's translation. And Swami Sachidananda, he says, the time necessary for success depends on whether the practice is mild, medium, or intense. Please understand. The technique itself does not play a major role in enlightenment. It is your intensity that plays a major role. Sorry. The technique itself does not play a major role. If you see, it will be very funny. Each master has his own technique, his own method. I can say not only each master, each disciple who understands and practices has his own method. I always see in my class, whenever I teach a meditation, I know only one version of that meditation. When I see 100 people practice that meditation, I learn 100 versions of that meditation. When I teach, I know only one version of that meditation. When I see people practicing, suddenly I learn 100 versions of that meditation. So, Ramakrishna says, Yadomat Tadopat in Bengali. As many faith, so many paths. I tell you, as many people, so many paths. As many people, so many paths. But everything works. That is the funny thing. That is the fun. Please understand. What I am talking is insider secret. Some of the insider secret. Anything you design and people start practicing, it works. How come? Each one has their own technique. Sometimes both of them are completely opposite to each other. I have seen no two masters can agree. If they agree, someone is fake. Because each one has their own experience. That's why I always tell people, each tradition, Each religion is unique and sacred, not equal. Please understand, not equal. When we start bringing the idea all religions are equal, we are bringing a lot of complications, difficulties. The moment you try to say equal, somebody will say, no, we are not equal, we are special. So each one, in the outside they will say everything is equal. Inside, no, we are special, we know, but for the sake of others, let us be polite by saying equal. No. Be very clear. All traditions are not equal. All religions are not equal. All religions are unique and sacred. It is unique and sacred to the people who are practicing it. So, unique. Each technique is unique. Each master is unique. Each tradition is unique. You see the Vedic tradition, it is group of religions. Each master is independently intelligent enough to create a religion. Each sutra of this Patanjali is independently intelligent enough to lead human beings to enlightenment. So each sutra is capable of creating a religion. It's like sometimes people come and ask me, Swamiji, why do you have so many techniques, traditions, deities, choice in India, Vedic tradition, in Vedic tradition? I asked them, why do you have so many varieties of cars and transporting vehicles? Why do you have so many varieties? Because there was demand and lot of research and development went in that field. Naturally, when a lot of research and development goes in that field, different variety, different luxury level, different comfort level, different category, different consumers, different customers, different variety of cars are created. I want to let you know an important fact. Till I became enlightened and created the mission, I don't know how you will believe, I never even remembered or had an idea there are varieties in cars. First, when we started our mission, when I started my public life, my first disciple, he asked, Swamiji, I want to get you a car. Tell me which variety you want. He brought a catalog and showed me. I said, car? Just get any car, that's all. He said, no, Swamiji, there are many varieties. It just shocked. See, it's not that I was always living in forest. 20 to 23 years, I lived in cities. I traveled in train, many times in different cars, and many ways I lived in cities. But never the attention was paid to that information, to that idea. I don't know how you will understand, but what I am saying is honest truth. First time, after 23 years, something clicked. Oh God, in cars there are varieties. But I know thoroughly about varieties of meditation techniques, because I was doing research and development in different field. I asked that disciple, why do you have so many varieties of cars and things in the outer world? Because in this civilization, the demand for the outer world things was there, and research and development, the energy, money, people, intelligence put in that field, created different varieties of cars, construction methods, the lifestyle and everything. Whichever field you put a lot of resources doing research and development, you will have variety and comfort. In the East, in the Vedic tradition, our masters put so much of energy and intelligence. Please understand, our cream, intelligent community put its whole energy into inner science research and development. That is why so many different techniques, methods, gods, deities, everything evolved. That's why I always tell people, Vedic tradition is group of religions. It is not just one religion. Group of religions. People ask me, Swamiji, why in the Vedic tradition not much service orientation is there? Please understand, I am not against service, social service. Why it is not there in the Vedic tradition? Because they have something far more deeper to do. They are not created for service. People who don't have anything else to do, like research and development, or don't have anything to contribute, let them serve bread and butter and give some clothes and give some medicines and let them do that work. The Vedic rishis have something far more deeper to contribute than just giving little bread and butter. They were working to create civilizations. That is why.
Yes, the Vedic rishis have something great to contribute. That's why they created as for creating the civilization itself. That's why they didn't give much importance to the outer achievements. So the whole civilization based on the enlightenment ecosystem. And that's what Swamiji has been reviving, giving the enlightenment, which is the ultimate goal of every human life. So this, we have come to the conclusion of today's day of Paramashivoham. And tomorrow, make sure that you're joining with the yoga. And as we have already announced, it will be the yoga will be starting 1 hour early, and the rest of the program time will be remaining the same. So let's join our hands now as we finish with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam.
Nityananda, everyone. See you all again tomorrow, fresh and early.
Yes, thank you everyone. Nityananda.